One, they're a very athletic group. They have phenomenal just length and range. They're aggressive and physical. Defensive backs are going to play press coverage. They're going to be in your face, challenge every single route. Doing a lot more blitzing, a lot more in-your-face defense really in the last couple weeks than what we saw earlier in the year. So very impressive. A lot like us, meaning I can't believe they haven't won more games than they have. But when you look at their schedule, and the same with us, you know, when you're playing top teams every single week, it's a dogfight, and they're out there fighting just like we are. Should be a great game, should be a great challenge. Yeah, right. It sure does. Yeah, you have to know where number 4 is. And, you know, we thought that a year ago, too. He's a game changer. I know he is in the return game as a specialist and especially as a defensive back. So I think you always have to have awareness of where he is. I don't know that it changes necessarily what we're going to do because I think we like to try to play fast and go do what we do. But phenomenal player, and it could be the difference in the game, really. Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe if all things being equal, if you have a choice, you can. But sometimes based on coverage and safety rotation, you don't really have a choice because the coverage dictates where the ball goes. I just think you understand as a receiver, you're going against a great defensive back. So you better have proper route technique and you better use phenomenal speed off the line of scrimmage and play physical because he's not going to give you anything. You know, you can't go out there without your best game and expect to get open. So I think I mean more than that about knowing where he is more than anything else. As far as maybe shying away from his side or not his side. Yep. Yeah, and I'm excited for that, both those guys. And, you know, I thought Nick Westbrook, really, it was a very physical play, which you're going to see in this league on third down. And for him to come out of that thing and fight for the ball was impressive. Same thing with Donovan Hale. That was a huge third down grab that he had to go down and get. And I'm going to tell you what, when you watch it even on the film, on the game film, you have to watch it from a certain angle just to make sure he caught the ball. But he certainly went down and got it, and that was a huge catch for us. And, you know, both those guys have the confidence of our quarterback, which, again, I've said this before, to me is huge. When Nate believes in those guys, and that makes me feel a lot better about putting them out there in key situations. And, man, it's great for those guys and their confidence to see them come through. Yep. Yep. There's no doubt. That's a huge hurdle. And really, that's number one. You know, obviously, they need to know what they're doing. So the mental part of the game is huge. But to gain a quarterback's trust, you need to consistently be where you're supposed to be. You need to fight to get open. And you need to make the catches when he throws you the ball. And again, Nate's played a lot of football for us. He's seen a lot of things. And for Westbrook and for Hale, for those two guys to have his confidence, I think does say a lot for those two guys. But again, we're in the heat of the season here in the last 2 critical weeks, and for those guys to be playing their best football to me is encouraging. Oh, I think it's because of Jordan Howard. To be honest, more than anything else, Mike is playing at a high level. He's not doing anything wrong. I just think there's a handful of really good backs there with Divine Redding as well, and then Mike, you know, getting some carries too. So, you know, you try to get them all intermixed. You try to keep them all involved and all to have a role. And because you never know, you know, Jordan could go down again. The next guy needs to pick up the flag and go. But like what we see from Mike, he's really playing a lot more physical than he was early in the year. I think he's gaining some confidence in knowing that he can do it at a high level. And so that's exciting to see. One, yeah, it was encouraging. It was satisfying. You know, we didn't win the game, so I think it's a little bittersweet. But it shows what we're capable of doing. I think it shows every recruit in this country what this offense is capable of doing against high-level opponents. You know, we put up some points against Ohio State. We played well against Michigan State, and now again against Iowa and Michigan on Saturday. So for a high school kid to know that I want to go to a place that's going to put the ball in my hands, give me a chance to rush, as an offensive lineman, give me a chance to block for premier backs. I think this is a great spot for that. It is encouraging, but it's not surprising either. Because Saturday, quite honestly, we played the game we wanted to play. We played fast. We used our tempo to our advantage. Our offensive linemen are in great shape. They wore those guys down. Our backs ran hard. So it was nice. It's a little bittersweet, but to us, it's what we're supposed to do. It's what we're capable of doing. And we plan on doing that the rest of the year. No doubt. Yep. Other than I think it's a lot of the same thing where, when you get to the score down and you're on third down, it's 3rd and 7, the ball's on the 12, you have to execute. And, man, the call has to be right. The protection has to be right. Saturday there were a couple of cases where maybe the depth of the route was incorrect or maybe the ball came out too fast. And, it's a split-second thing that makes a big difference. But, I don't know that there's one issue that I can point at other than it's just a breakdown here, then a breakdown there. And, we need to overcome those because, quite honestly, 2 weeks in a row, those are 2 games we really should have had if we could score more touchdowns. And that, to us, is what's frustrating. And as the offensive coordinator, it's extremely frustrating.